Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. And today I wanted to talk to you about the last chapter of the Bible called Revelation. I was reading it a few times, and every time I would read it, it's kind of scary to read what's going to happen at the end of our time according to the Bible. So today I wanted to quote a few things and share with you and see what you might think. Would appreciate if you can let me know by writing your opinion or writing a question that I can dig in further and see what's going on. So the Revelation, very last chapter, and as you all know, this part is about the end of the world and about the selection of the best of the best. And what I found here was quite interesting. I found that many years ago when I just started to read this book and study this book, and Jehovah Witnesses were the people who knocked on my door and wanted me to join them, and I said I never read the Bible, so they actually gave me the Bible. So I would never forget that, and I would be always grateful for that. However, I never joined their religion, and I didn't join any of their religion, as you know, but I am very interested in what's actually in that book that is so significant and changing a lot of people's life. So the first one, and today I just gonna quote and sort of share my opinion. So the first quote in Revelation is from chapter 7 and verse 3 and 4. So I'm gonna just read it first and then I will say what it is. So saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have selected the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So 144,000 people will be chosen to stay after the Armageddon, I guess, happens. So who are those people? How you or I can be chosen, and why only 144,000? It's a mystery to me. However, there are some hints that we can look into. So the one, the sealed, some kind of sealed on our foreheads. So what does that mean? I was thinking, so we will be marked as, okay, this one is not to die because he did well and he can go into that 144, or so what kind of mark is that? So thinking that just randomly pick 144 people would not make sense, and I am always trying to find sense in whatever I'm studying, whatever I'm reading. So my thinking went further because I'm digging into more sort of in older religion, older than 6,000 years old. So I am thinking maybe the third eye, the chakra, the ones who manage to get their chakra activated, maybe they will be the one who will be chosen. I was thinking about the chakras, and I was reading about the eye chakra, Anja chakra, the third eye chakra, located between your eyebrows, serve as the eye that sees within and gives clear seeing. It manages our five senses. When this chakra is purified and balanced, you gain power over your thoughts, attention, concentration, meditation. It is connected to enlightenment and samadhi. With this chakra, you can visualize and manifest. So maybe those people who got enlightened, and to be honest with you, I believe in that myself, that yes, you have to kind of get in touch with your creator. And in my understanding, the meditation, the mantra singing would get you there. However, I don't know, it's just me sort of guessing that that's what it is, right? But it was very interesting to see that the mark on the forehead will indicate that you are the one who were chosen to continue the life on this planet. So if you have any ideas what it is and want me to explore more, let me know, and I will just continue to read here. So another quote I wanted to read for you. And again, so just before I start reading more, just wanted to sort of remind you, right, that the four sort of the circle of each human race divided in four sort of quadrants, and I don't know how many years each of them, but it's very unclear, and every sort of religion gives you different number, but there are four sort of Krita Yuga or Satya Yuga, which is the golden age, and then Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So we are right now in the Kali Yuga, and when time comes, then we are gonna go to the golden age, the Satya Yuga. So that's, I think, what the Bible meant in Revelation by saying that only 144,000 will survive to continue in a new golden age. So let's see. So here's the quote, and again, I'm not gonna read the whole Revelation because it's filled with a scary kind of events that may happen, catastrophe, and I don't really understand it, but my issue is that it creates a lot of fear in people, and a lot of people go mental because they think the end of the world is coming and that's going to be really, really bad, and people will die in a horrible death. I don't know. Personally, I don't believe this. However, considering that those catastrophic events historically happen, and now we do have evidence of that, and we know the earthquakes and tsunamis and volcano eruptions and what's not happening periodically, but not to the extent as the Bible would explain. However, some of the quotes I wanted to read. So here is another one. So chapter 9, verse 2, 3, and 4. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass or the earth, neither any green things, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God on their foreheads. And here we go again, that seal on the forehead. When I read it the first time, I totally missed it. I was, I guess, overwhelmed by the catastrophe, and I was scared to kind of be a witness of that, because who wants to die that horrible death? And it's actually was explained there are many deaths, many different ways of sort of dying will be there, and everyone will get their judgment, I guess. So here it is. Let's see what else is there. Chapter 12, verse 7. And the war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceives the whole world, was cast out in the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong again, I don't know, but I think that this already happened. My understanding was that the serpent was already here. So who is coming again on our head? So I don't understand, because I thought that Lucifer is already here and already making damage to our lives. But I guess maybe he risen somehow up in the sky again to sort of take a part in the war. Unclear to me, but when I was reading it over and over, I thought it sounds like deja vu, but I think it happened when the whole entire creation started. So I don't know. Let me know if you think differently, because it seems like it's history repeating itself. So he's gonna fall down on our heads again soon. And again, just wanted to point out one very interesting sort of quote here. As everyone else, I missed it, but a friend of mine a while ago, he mentioned it to me, and he said, you read the Bible and you didn't see that? I was like, no, how did you get this? So technically, what I am just about to read tells us that some kind of microchip or a scan bar or some kind of device will be placed within our body for our identification. Kind of scary, but when I read it over and over again, then I was just like, oh wow, okay, there it is. Maybe. So let's see. So chapter 13, same again, Revelation. That's the only book of the Bible I'm gonna talk today. So verse 16 and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. A apparently it looks like we're all going to be marked somehow. And I wanted to mention it to you that it's already happening today in a sense, and it's all kind of introduced to us in, oh, it's about your safety. It's always about your safety, and it's always against the terrorism, right? That this is the key. So you can put the microchip into your dog's ear or into your cat in case they get lost. You can actually locate them if they have that in their body. And this is kind of disturbing, but I thought I need to mention it to you, because if this is the beginning of what I just read in the Bible, in the chapter 13 of the Revelation, so soon enough, for our safety, we will have that installed. Otherwise, we will not be able to buy or sell. So what that means, you will not be allowed to do business unless you have that. So it reminds me at work, I work at the hospital, and same with the flu shots. A lot of nurses, they don't believe in the benefits of the flu shot specifically, but we are obligated to do the shot. Otherwise, we may lose our job. So this is something that mandatory at this point, and they tell us about the study, but I know to my own experience and to experience of people that I know, the flu shot does not really work that well, but it's mandatory. If you are not, then you either have to wear the mask all the time, which is very inconvenient, or you may lose your job. So it's kind of a bit off the topic, but not, because those things presented to us as a safety measures, and it's for your own good. So what I'm trying to tell you here, that just be mindful of what's going on around you, right? So now I just wanted to focus more of the explanation of the magnitude of the catastrophe that will take place according to Revelation. For example, here, chapter 16, verse 20-21, and every island fled away, and the mountains were not found, and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. I don't know how much is the talent, but I'm gonna assume it's significant. And if the islands gonna go under the water, or the mountains will move, or will no more, this is telling me that whatever they predict may happen will have significant effect on the planet, on our shape of the land, on the catastrophe going to be unimaginable. So that's what I think. And we go again. So if you've seen my one of the first video about the human evolution, I mentioned that I read that Easter Island was already gone and been under the water twice since that the big circle of human evolution started on the planet. So will this go again under the water for the third time? I don't know. But this is what's written here in the Bible. Let's see, chapter 21. Okay, I think, yes, I will try not to scare you anymore with that, but again, it's just, it creates a lot of fear and creates a lot of sort of hopeless future. And I don't know if it's helpful at all to scare people like that, because A, we don't know when it's going to happen. B, we don't know if it's actually going to happen. However, to sit in fear and wait, that's kind of not helping at all. So for those who will survive, I guess, the chapter 21, the last chapter of the Bible, or not, it's 22nd is the last one. Okay, so they're giving us a little bit of the preview of what life will look for those who survive, those 144,000 that will survive what's going on here. Chapter 21, first verb, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. So what's going to happen to our water, to our sea, I don't know, but it looks like there will be less water on the planet. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. So, okay, that's great. Sounds really great. So what does that mean, no more death? At the beginning of the book, at the Genesis, Bible was talking about people living up to 1,000 years old, and I will read it to you maybe some other time, about the climate and how it was changing. And I mentioned it before a few times, but this is what I read here. So I don't understand, what does that mean, no more death? It's very unclear to me, because my understanding that nothing stays forever, it's evolving. You have to take different shape, you have to progress, because if you are still, there is no progress. So you need to sort of die and be reborn every so often for your own progress. So I don't understand what that means. If you do know, let me know. Okay, let's read, and it's verb 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and warmongers, oh God, I don't even know what the sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with the fire and brimstone. Okay, quite scary. I don't know why would they say that, but it's beyond my understanding. And would that be happening while the 144 people would be living happily ever after, and they would have to look at those burning in a lake of fire? I don't know. A not very happy scenario, I think. But let's read further. And the nation of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. And the gates of it, the city, I guess, of people who survive, and the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. So, and here's another one, and there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for the Lord God give them the light, and they shall reign forever and ever. I am just trying for myself to make sense out of what I've read. So my understanding was, if we have sun on an earth here, and we are kind of sort of going around that, and for that reason we have day and night, there will be no more sun, but there will be light everywhere, or there will be another sun sort of created or approached from the other side, so we will never have a nighttime, regardless of we are moving or not. So I cannot make sense of this particular text, because it's just doesn't give me more information. The creator, yes, it's the light, but it's not a shape. It's just, it's an energy. It's creative energy that has sort of a shade of light, if you wish. But I cannot understand exactly what kind of changes will happen sort of physically to our planet, that we will never have nights. Quite interesting. If you do have an answer to it, by all means let me know. But I think a lot of sort of scary scenarios and a little bit of promise that we will never die and we will never sleep because it's a daylight all the time. It just sort of doesn't sit well in my head, and gives me sort of a sense and understanding of what this is. And because it's very scary and creates a lot of sort of fear, and fear is very low frequency vibration, I think that I decided for myself that what I will do with this knowledge, I will understand it in a specific way, in a way that this happened before, and someone was explaining how people died prior to our sort of fifth race evolved on the planet. And I think this will make more sense because someone clearly seen all those horrible events and many deaths, and decided to put them in the book and write them down. What happened in the future, I don't know. And future is so gentle, and future is sort of, we are making our future right now. And considering that planet is the living huge organism, it reacts to what we do and how we are here. So I think we can influence on what planet will do in the future. And if we vibrate love and happiness, then there will be no need to destroy majority of us. That's what I think. And if that happened in the past, then okay, lesson learned. Let's be nice to each other. Let's have that third eye open. Let's get enlightened together, so we will be marked, and maybe we can save more than 144,000. That's what I think, because this makes more sense to me. And I don't like to be scared. So I will do my best to improve myself, to be helpful for everyone that I meet every day. And if you do the same, we can change the planet, we can change our life, we can improve, and we can be better people. So I will just close this and we'll try not to read it again, because I don't want that future sitting in my head and sort of pulsating that negativity and fear. I instead gonna be doing what I was doing, wishing everyone well, and being a better person. And have a wonderful day, everyone. I wish you all the best, and see you next time. Namaste.